Thanks for your company. The details now. Executive Director of the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, says the NDC's threat to disregard the Agyapa Royalties Agreement be voted into power is wrong, and it will increase the risk associated with the deal. Now, he says the position of the 15 civil society organizations is to clarify the issues by inviting collaboration before the agreement or the deal is implemented. Former President John Mahama says he voted into power, the deal will be scrapped. Now, the minority in Parliament has also said investors engage in the process at their own risk. Mr. Boakye, however, disagrees. He spoke on Prime Morning on Join Prime TV.
I don't think we want to give life to that statement. What we are trying to do is to ensure that we can mitigate those, because essentially some of those statements also goes to, heighten the risk premium. So if they also have concerns, civil society, have concerns, we can iron out those concerns before you go to list. You understand? So that is the position of the opposition. But we also want to be heard in this, for our questions to be answered, and that is what we put premium on. Also recognizing that some of those statements could make investors quite sensitive, and that affects how much you can raise and what risk premium you have to pay for what you're raising on the stock market. And I think if it's a national conversation, we don't have to have that way to say that we'll not listen to anybody. We just want to go ahead and list because it's the London Stock Exchange that we are on.
Mr. Boakye maintains, though the arrangement is a clear departure from the promise made to mining communities by the NPP in their 2016 manifesto.
Currently, we are ceding 20%. The law, the MDF Act, says that we should cede 20% to the communities, to the MDF fund, which is distributed between the communities and the state agencies. Okay. But NPP's manifesto 2016 said that 20% is too small. They're going to give 30% and establish a mineral revenue management framework similar to the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. This is completely a variance of what was promised. And that is a conversation that we need to have, right? It's not enough for you to just move another law and forget about that promise. Right. That is what we need clarity on. That is what policy is about. When you engage and promise, and you have to deliver on that promise, you have to, and even if you have to change course, you have to explain to the people. Policy in this country starts from your manifesto. And if you have promised the good people something, and you are diverting from that, the honest thing is to go and explain to the people why you are deviating from what you promised. And if you wanted to give them 30% and you are giving 75.6 away, you're not going to give them that. And I think you have to explain that to the people, and that is quite significant for us to achieve. The second point really is that the essence of royalty is to ensure that regardless of the risk with mining, the state gets revenue. And we are now saying that we want to take that revenue and go and risk it ourselves. We have to think twice about that. And we are very concerned for not knowing what exactly we are going to invest in at this point. And we are raising the questions for government to answer them. And it's not just about speculating and saying stop, but questions have been raised about why you want to invest royalty. We get more taxes from the mines, right? We get about 2.7 billion Ghana cedis last year. So why, which is the guarantee, the most guaranteed source of revenue from the mine? And that is something that we have to really think about to ensure that we can sustain the budget and not unnecessarily risk it because we want some $500 million to spend just